So carrying on in my series of Monkey Kid reviews, today we're going to take a look at the White Horse Dragon Jet. Hi everyone, welcome back. My name is Dan, and if you like this video, don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell. Hey, if you want to catch me live, I stream on Twitch 3 times a week. Head over to twitch.tv/betweenthebricks. So, massive shout out to Lego. Again, thank you very much for sending me the entire wave of Monkey Kid sets to review and share with you guys. And like I said in the intro, today we're going to take a look at the White Horse Dragon Jet. It is going to come with 556 pieces. It has 3 minifigures and it will retail in New Zealand for $79.99. Now, I really enjoyed building this set and you will see why in just a minute, so let's dive on in and take a look. This is what you get in the set when it's all built up. The hero of the set is obviously the jet, but you get this nice little drinks machine over here with a little bit of just basic decorations on the sidewalk, and we'll take a closer look at that in a minute. You also get the bad guy minifigure, which is Huntsman. This drone spider, that's what I'm calling them, I'm not exactly sure what they are. You get May, and you also get Mo the punk cat flying around on his drone, getting into the fight with those stud shooters. So let's push it all aside and take a closer look. So the first thing we're going to look at is this little bit of building on the side here, and this minifigure is known as Psy. Now what we need to do with Psy is grab his phone. We're going to put him aside, and you can see this really nice vending machine here. So if we get up nice and close, you'll see all of these printed tiles. Now the best part about these printed tiles is they all come with a spare part, which is perfect because it means you can use them in other builds. There are a few stickers on this build, namely just up here on the shield, down here on the front, and if we spin it around on the side. The other decorations on here are pretty basic. We just get this black lamppost, this spider web, and there's a printed tile down the bottom. Now the nice thing about the black lamppost, it's not particularly common. So the play feature on this one is really cool. You load up the vending machine by popping the drinks in at the top here, and then you use a 1x2 tile, or in this case Psy's phone, to put into the slot here in the front, and a drink is vended out for you. The next thing to look at is Mo's flying drone. I guess this is what it is. I'm not entirely sure. If you do know what it is, please do comment below and let me know. But if we flip it over the other side, you'll see this is mainly built around some snot work on the center here. And it's pretty basic, but it does the job. Really loving the color of these new flags. And if I'm not mistaken, that may be a new color for this shield piece, which originally showed up in Dimensions, I think. So another good look here at Mo the punk cat. Actually pretty cool little character, I really like it. And as you can see, there's a couple of stud shooters on the front here. Pew pew. Wow, there you go. Time to bring in the spiders to take a look at now. Now, I'm not entirely sure where these guys fit in the scheme of the show, but I think they're drone spiders. I'm calling them drone spiders. They look slightly mechanical to me. But this one here has a nice tail piece, which is different to what we've seen in the other sets, where it uses a minifigure head piece here instead of this build. It does come with the same tile though. Get a couple of nice trans green dishes on the tail as well as on the top. And this one, just like the others, has that really cool 90-degree bend with the bar receptacle at this end and the clip at the other end. And this time in purple. I really love that piece. It's going to be so useful. Between all of the Monkey Kid sets, I think I've seen it in purple and black, so it's nice to have a couple of different colors. But other than that, you know, the drone spider is nice. It does the job, and it looks pretty cool. Let's swoosh on in with the hero of the show now, and we have the White Dragon Horse Jet. I've just got to say off the bat that I really like this build. It is very cool. And the reason why I really like this build is because it is so cleverly put together. The wings are really nice. I just love the way that they've used the Nexo Knight shields in here, and 2 different colors to give the contrast. It's absolutely gorgeous. I really love this accent color using the dark turquoise or teal or whatever color we're calling it, and the white. It just works so well. The color scheme is gorgeous. Another thing you'll note here on the side is this kind of dragon scale here. It's really nice the way that they've used these panel pieces just laid on top of each other, and the way that they sit in here is perfect. They're kind of held up by a little minifigure arm in the back there and a cheese wedge that stops them from laying down perfectly flat, and you get that effect that you want. The wings here are adjustable slightly, I guess, so they can come up to vertical, down to probably a little less, or maybe 45 degrees. I'm not entirely sure, without getting a protractor out, which we're not going to do today. But they are adjustable nonetheless, so you can play with this however you want. So in this configuration with the wings folded down, to me this is reminiscent of a Viper from Battlestar Galactica, and I'm picking only your old fellas are going to remember that one. Another nice detail on the side is this dragon head down here, and it just sort of comes down and into the body of the aircraft, which I really think is a nice touch. The cockpit is interesting too because it's pointing backwards. Now, this is pretty original as far as I can tell from Lego. So instead of opening up as a normal cockpit would, it opens up from the back side of the cockpit, which I think is pretty cool. And you can just lay your minifigure down in there and boom, Bob's your uncle. Now, to be fair, the minifigure position in here is quite flat and does look like a little bit of an awkward position to fly in. So I'm not entirely sure how that works. Perhaps May has some sort of communications device on her head, maybe a heads-up display, and that's what's projecting forward. I'm not entirely sure. We'll just use our imaginations because, hey, that's really what Lego want us to do anyway. So now if we take a look at the front, you can see here that it's actually built sideways, and I really like that effect. The snot technique in there is really nice, and it's very, very solid. If we flip it up the other side, there is not really much to see underneath. This is intended for the craft to sit on when it's sitting on the table, I guess, and you get a couple of stud shooters, one either side there. So just to finish up on the jet, I really do love the amount of detail that the designer has squeezed into it. The lines are nice, the angles are nice, and overall I just think it works. So if we take a look at the minifigures now, this is May, and as you can see there, she does come with some really nice printing on the torso. That dragon print is just gorgeous. Also comes with those light spring green hands, which is interesting. I really love the sword here with the trans green blade and that dragon head hilt, which is particularly nice. And if we spin her around, you can see some printing on the back. So with the hair and sword removed, you can see she does have a print on her face there over her eye, which, as I suspected, could be her heads-up display for flying the dragon jet. And she has a nice cheeky wry smile on the reverse print. The next character we have is Sai, and he has a nice teal torso with a print on the front to mimic a jacket. He also comes with a really nice printed tile there that looks like a cell phone. I really like that piece, and it could be really useful elsewhere in Lego cities or any displays really. He also has that very much Elvis Presley look to his hairstyle, and if we spin him around you can see that he does have some basic printing on the back of his torso. And if we quickly just remove his hairpiece, you'll see his alternative face, obviously quite surprised, maybe a little bit scared. And the last minifigure that we have in the set is Huntsman, and he comes with that really nice dark blue grey shawl around his neck, which has been used as a nest in other sets. It's a really nice fur, I suppose. So with his accessories removed, you can see a clearer view of that print on the torso, which also extends down through the hips and legs, which is very, very nice. And if we spin him around, you'll be able to see the back. Some very nice detailing on the back of the torso, but he doesn't have an alternative face, which is understandable because it's not going to be able to be hidden underneath his hairpiece. And even though this may not be a minifigure, he's still named on the box, and his name is Mo, and he's the punk cat. So if we just spin him around, you can see he has some printing on the sides there, a really nice punk hairdo, and some printing on the other side, which is pretty much the same. So these are the spare parts of the set, and as you can see there is a nice array of them, and I have to say my favourites are all of these 1x1 printed round tiles. So to sum it all up, for 80 bucks I think you're getting a pretty decent set. If you pull it apart, there's some pretty decent pieces there that can be used elsewhere. My favourites have to be the two different coloured Nexo Night Shields, those two greens, and also those 2x2 triangles that are also in the same two greens. There's also some other really cool pieces in there as well, including those printed tiles. So those are my thoughts on the White Horse Dragon jet. Please do let me know what you think about it in the comments below. I'd really like to hear your opinions. Until next time, thank you so much for watching. Please be safe, keep building, and I'll catch you on the next one.